Under caution for the first time today, brought out by Tony Raines Flat Tires. We look at our Craftsman pit summary. Good job on the 41 crew, Larry.
See Carl Edwards in the 60 car, the Brad Parrott crew, lost about 3 positions, but yet looked like to me the real winners off of pit road was Kenny Wallace in the 22, who's now second, and Jamie McMurray in that group, Rusty Wallace's car in the 64, who's fourth. Now this is where it gets exciting, because if you see all those cars on the inside, that's cars that are 1 or more laps down, and we have quite a number of them right now, about 13.
28 cars on the lead lap. Jeff Green got the pass to get back on the lead lap.
And that's what Randy LaJoy in that Dollar General, the 34 car, is trying to do right now. He's trying to either get his lap back from Reed Sorensen or stay the first car a lap down, where if the caution should come out, he will be the free pass car.
Kenny Wallace in the 22 car, you're on board with him. He's in the second position. Tries to draw a bead on Reed Sorensen.
Kenny's just been very quiet this year, not making a lot of noise, but he's sitting in the top 10 in points in 8th, and looks like they've got an awfully good race car here.
Right there, that white number 12, Tim Fedua, had a good start inside the top 4, and he stayed there all day, Larry.
I tell you what, the car right behind him, Jamie McMurray, in the 64 car, you see him to the inside of LaJoy, qualified back in 9th. Those guys, basically, Blake Bainbridge, his crew chief and all, rebuilt that car after practice last night. They were changing shock springs, spindles, and I think it was a product. They were trying to dwell off the information that they had from the first few races, and I think we have a flat tire on Brandon Miller, the 21 car. He's coming to pit road, Jeff.
Yes, they do, Larry. I was just standing here behind the 21 car, and all of a sudden the crew jumped up on the wall, anticipating, and they started hollering out flat tire, and Brandon was trying to get the 21 car down here to pit road without losing a tire and having a problem right now. He's on pit road and coming to us.
Well, he had a tough day at Atlanta last week. 3 times into the wall. Of course, Kevin Harvick started the season with 4 straight second-place finishes in that race car.
Yeah, Kevin missed last week and is still second in the driver points. Of course, he'll fall more now. We're riding right now with Shane Miller in the 32 car. He is back in the 9th position, actually working to the inside of Carl Edwards in the 60 car with his bead set on Clint Boyer up there in the 2 car. We've got trouble down in turn 1 and 2. That's a 73 car, Stuart Kirby. So caution is out. Now we got Carl Edwards sideways on the front stretch. I think someone got into the back of him, didn't slow up, and Carl did. I don't think he actually hit anything other than the little tap from the rear.
Fireworks at both ends of the racetrack. Stuart Kirby bringing out the second caution flag, and Larry Mack said somebody probably got into the back of Carl Edwards. Let's take a look at what happened to bring out this second caution flag.
Just a hard lick into the outside wall. You see, we do have the safer barriers here at Nashville Superspeedway, but not sure if someone got in the back of Stuart Kirby or if he just lost it here shortly after a restart on fairly fresh tires, but a hard lick. And this is what happened coming to the caution. Johnny Sauter in the 1 car, yellow transportation car, gets in the back of Carl Edwards in the 60. Fortunately, Carl does not hit anything, but he's probably going to lose about 13 positions through all that.
We got another angle, Larry, of the first incident with Stuart Kirby.
May have got a little bit of help from that car behind him.
You don't need much help at that point of the race.
No, when you're up there in that second groove especially, I mean, you're like on ice up there, so all it takes is just somebody just barely leaning on you, just like we saw with Shane Mill a while ago in the 32 car. No one even got against him, and he almost lost it.
Carl Edwards down pit road as Stuart Kirby gets into the ambulance. What's going on, Jeff?
Well, once again, they're going to make a little bit of a chassis adjustment here on the 60 car. Check out the damage right now. Fortunately, looking at everything, the nose is clean. The team right now making more chassis adjustments. But Carl's a little bit upset. He felt like he got hit in the back end intentionally right now. So he is not very happy about the way things happened during that last caution, guys. But they're making all necessary adjustments. He'll be down and away in just a second.
Well, Jeff, by the looks of the replay, it looks like he has a reason to be upset. Under caution for the second time today. Lap 41 of 225 on the board as they continue to work on Carl Edwards' race car. There's a member of that Johnny Sauter's race team, Joe Shear, headed down.
Yeah, that's not actually Joe Shear right there. I don't know where he might be heading. He may be heading down there to say, you know, Johnny did not mean to do that, or not sure exactly where he's headed.
A lot of action here in the early stages of the Pepsi 300. You're watching FX. Under caution for the second time here this afternoon when Stuart Kirby got into the wall on lap number 38, but as the cars were coming back to the start-finish line, there was a little altercation between the 1 car driven by Johnny Sauter and the 60 of Carl Edwards. Jeff Hammond reporting Edwards not happy about it.
They were battling for about the 9th position, but the caution is out right there. And Johnny Sauter in the 1, basically back in the middle of turn 4, just lifts the back of the car off the ground. Carl Edwards in the 60, just lucky it spun down the racetrack because there's actually banking on this front straightaway, and that he didn't shoot back up in front of some other cars because half the field, or more than half the field, was coming at him. But now he's going to restart back in about 25th position. There you see Johnny Sauter in the 1. We need to make note, we talked about Randy LaJoie trying to get that free pass, and he did accomplish that when that caution came out. So Randy's back on the lead lap in the 34 car, 27 cars on the lead lap. We had Bobby Hamilton, Carl Edwards, Jeff Green, Randy LaJoie, and Stan Barrett, and Boston Reed that pitted that time. Very few lead lap cars.
Reed Sorensen has led every lap today. Has only led 1 other time in his short Busch Series career. That was in Atlanta last October. Green flag.
Ryan Hemphill in the 4 car, a lap down from the inside, did get a very good restart, but Kenny Wallace in the 22 car running second. He will clear him as well as Tim Feedaway in the 12. That's the goal. You want to clear that inside line by the time you get to 3 and 4, where you can get to the bottom of the racetrack.
Always anxious moments on these restarts. Look at Jason Keller was 3 wide back there, Larry.
It's hard to run 2 wide, much less 3 wide. But with the way that restart went, Reed Sorensen in just 1 lap beat about 3/4 of a second lead over Kenny Wallace in the 22. You can just watch the cars after restart. It's like even the cars are a little bit, you know, cautious, just not along with the drivers.
On board with Kenny Wallace. Second, that white car right behind him, Timmy Feedaway.
You can see right there in the middle of turn 3 and 4, Tim Feedaway, the white car. The minute he went to pick the throttle up, the car wiggled on him, and it moved up the racetrack, and Kenny Wallace was able to pull away. But look at this right here. They're 3 wide at the front start-finish line.
Glad they got that sorted out.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's done.
No, before they got to turn 1.
Oh, 3 wide again down the backstretch. Brent Sherman in the 58, Paul Menard in the 11, and Carl Edwards down below both of them.
He's trying to get out of this eye of the storm and get out of it in a hurry. Ryan Hemphill in the 4 car just can't get going. Remember, he started just 3 laps ago on the inside of the front row there on the restart. That time, Carl Edwards gained about 4 positions up to 21st. Remember, he restarted in 25th. Bobby Hamilton in the 95 car. Jeff Hammond was telling me he was having a little bit of overheating problem. Had a very slow pit stop a while ago. After making his way almost into the top 10, they had to pull some tape off the nose.
Jeff Hammond.
Larry, what went on with Bobby Hamilton, actually, somebody's tear-off had came off and gotten over the front nose, so when the man reached to clean the grill, not only did he pull that tear-off away to open that grill opening up, he also pulled a piece of tape to be on the safe side. Bobby said the temperature was coming down, but I'm also right here behind Carl Edwards pit, and these guys are re-gluing the first set of tires back up because NASCAR teams, the ones he spun on, were not hurt. The crew chief, Brad Parrott, said, guys, glue up that first set, and if we have to use those, we'll have them in reserve. But otherwise, he's got to start taking care of his tires because he ain't got that many new sets left. He's only got 2 sets left for the entire race now.
Yeah, they'll go to NASCAR as we see a battle between Denny Hamlin and the 20 car, Tim Feedaway, in the 12.